to my well-being. It definitely is. But I also somewhat get up late too. Sometimes I just zonk out, but I'll get to a certain point in the night. It's like, you know what? I do need to go to bed. I'm usually going to bed about 8:30, 9 o'clock on a weekday, and then on the weekend it's probably about 10, 11, maybe sometimes 12. Also depends if I've got my mates coming around as well. So if I have my mates come around for board games, yeah, we're staying up until like 1 in the morning, and then I just sleep through the next day. Sure, it's a waste of a day, and I feel absolutely horrible about it, but I still do it because you need sleep. You need sleep. Right, so let's start putting some stuff in a port. Oh, would you look at that? I didn't need... Titch? Zoom in.
Zooming in.
I didn't need to, because it actually has cup measurements on the bloody thing. Over this way. Want to zoom in on that? It has cup measurements on the bloody thing. This doesn't happen with butter. Titch? Zoom out.
Zooming out.
No other thing of shortening that I've ever had where it's a full brick, it doesn't have this measurement on there. Butter is always just in grams. No cups, no nothing. Not even sticks. Brick. I'm so liking weight measurements. Weight measurements, so I have argument points on both sides for both weight and cups. Weights are more specific. They're more also grams over pounds. I will always go metric whenever it comes to weighing up, because when you have a weighing system or a height system, or just a measuring system in general, that you give up halfway and just go, okay, yeah, that's the next measurement. Again, you go 12 inches, turns into a foot. It's just it's as if someone turned around and going, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, that's a foot now. Whatever. We probably went a little bit over. We probably should have just stopped it at 10, but no, we'll just say 12. That's bad enough. 16 ounces turns into a pound. My point exactly. You could have just rounded that down to 1 and made it 15. 5 is that magic number of it's an odd even number. Fight me in the streets for this, okay? It's an odd even number. It's the greatest. I want to almost say that 5's a favorite number of mine now. It used to be 4, but I think 5 is now becoming one of my favorites, just because it's of its sort of, I don't want to say flexibility, but the fact that, yeah, people always, I've got to turn the volume up to an even number. It has to be an even number, but 5 is an exception. 5 is an exception to the rule. Gotta love it. Right, so is this going to be... I hope this is going to be big enough. If not, then we can always change it. This is a lot of sugar. This is a lot of sugar. 4 cups of sugar. Hopefully I have enough sugar. 1 sugar. Still potentially those cups. 4 cups of white sugar. 2. 3. Sarah's Canadian. Why is there so much sugar in this? My God, girl. How many times do you have to go to the dentist over Christmas? Jeez. Like 2s. Says to me like 4 cups is not enough. You goddamn Yanks. You goddamn Yanks. You can't even see the Kofa in there anymore. It's gone. It's just completely... It's like an excavation site now. It's like, oh, I found the lost treasure. It's a block of fat. Jesus Christ. Oh. Okay, what do we need? We need a 3/4 cup of cocoa. I'll start using all the other cocoa that I have. I bought a new packet of cocoa, Fancy Dancy Cadbury cocoa, but I also got Nestle ones and this one here, which was actually cocoa powder. So I might actually refrain from using the cocoa powder, because look, I'm sure cocoa and cocoa powder are exactly the same, but there's got to be a reason why they specify both. So there's got to be a reason why they specify, like, oh, this one's cocoa and this one's cocoa powder. The 3/4. 3/4 of a cup. I wonder how many biscuits this is gonna make, actually. Oh wow, this is... I might need to get my bougie spoon for this. Get the long spoon. It's all just caked down the bottom. There we go. So 3 of these. That's 1. I'm gonna transfer this to a bigger pot. This is ridiculous. No, I should do it too. I should bring this. I need to find water. Yes. Aren't cocoa and cocoa powder the same thing in cooking? I would want to say it is, but I also am just going to make sure that I am not wrong by using the ones that just say cocoa as opposed to cocoa powder. If I can consolidate my cocoa powders into one tin. And then we're going to put milk in this thing. So yeah, I'm going to transfer this to a bigger pot now. Put it into the big pot. There we go. That was pretty clean. And then a cup of milk. So much sugar. Come on. Do I have a cup of milk in this jug? Oh yeah, I actually have exactly a cup. Hell yeah, boy. Save this for another time. Perfect. Titch. Titch. Stove camera on.
Activating stove camera.
All right. So, oh, now you want to listen to me. So, all these ingredients we're going to put into, well, it actually does say a large pot, so that was on me. Bring to a good boil. We're going to bring it to a good boil. Not a bad boil, but a good one. On a stove top for 1 minute 30 seconds, take off, and then we're going to, yeah, while we're getting this, I'll put it on the small burner for now, just so we don't overheat it too fast. Gotta try not to splash onto my stove. I gotta clean my stove again. Damn it, I cleaned it this morning. But while we're cooking this up, while we're cooking this up, I will weigh up the next lot of ingredients. And I'll put that into just this bowl for the time being. So, we're going to need 4 cups of rolled oats. We're going to make a lot of biscuits. But I'm again following the recipe to the T. Got to do the recipe justice. Like Sarah gave me this recipe specifically to make. It was printed up by Omar. And it's in Comic Sans. Because why not? Damn it. Cup's not fully out. It's also a good excuse to use up the last of this rolled oats. That was 1. That goes there. But now I've got a bigger one. So I think I might have shot myself in the foot there. I upgraded from a small container to 3. Yeah, I upgraded from a small container to a big container, and now I need to find a way to use this up now. Yo, boop. I think I'll go grab some hydration sources at the nearby 7-Eleven. Get the water. Don't get any of that Gatorade or that soda crud. Get the good stuff. Now, it says 2 cups of coconuts. Now, I bought a bunch of desiccated coconut for today's rum balls, but seeing as how it doesn't actually say what type of coconut, I'm actually going to throw shredded coconut in there, just because I need to use this up. And a lot of people outside of Australia don't know what desiccated coconut is. So, I'll use the shredded coconut today, instead of the desiccated. Say the desiccated stuff, the stuff that actually calls for it. If you know what I mean, if that makes sense. The electrolytes are good. Gatorade, yes. One Gatorade should be fine. One Gatorade should be fine, but don't buy off Monster for... That's one. Two. Good, a little bit more. Electrolytes are good, yes. As I said, if you're going to be just sucking down 4 Gatorades, it's not going to be that good for you. You're going to have too many electrolytes. Right, bring you back over here. I guess I'll grab some agua. You better. You better. A teaspoon of salt. Is my salt still behind here? I need to get a proper, like, table salt thing. So I'm still using this salt grinder. It was a teaspoon. Teaspoon of salt. Enough. Vanilla. I might actually add this. It says just vanilla in general. Powerade. Powerade is supposed to be the healthier than Gatorade. How so? Just because of sugar content? I'm gonna add the vanilla into the stovetop mix for the time being, because we're using vanilla extract instead. A little bit more. There we go. All right. So how's this coming along? Kofa's melting up nicely. So what I'll also do is I'll throw this down on low heat. So we don't want the water sugar cocoa mix to we don't want that to boil up while the fat is melting. I want the fat to melt first, and then we can start getting into doing the boil. Probably should have cut it up too, made it easier to melt down, but look, it is what it is. So what are we doing? Yeah, so at the moment we're going to wait for that to melt down, and then we'll boil it up. And we're going to quickly add all of this. Mix well, quickly spoon cookie sheets onto cookie sheets and refrigerate for 1 to 2 hours. We'll get our trays ready to go. Just use these ones. And what I might do to make sure that things... is what I was told once. Might be something to research eventually. Just what's healthier, Gatorade? Honestly, you'll probably go to each one of their sites, and they'll probably turn around and say, we're better than the other guy. Our stuff's better for you. No, our stuff's better for you. No, you shut up. No, you shut up. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering why this wasn't tearing too well. It's because I didn't actually tear the... I swear I tore it off, but... I like the ones that have the ripcord. They're good. Why can't more companies do that? Yeah, this one doesn't even go to the full, like... The paper's longer than the ripcord, so why don't you make it... Well, I had to go to work. Oh, you have to go to work. Good luck, and I'll see you at some later stage. Well, thank you for stopping by for Zonky Video, Talos. It's good to see you, and it's good to see you doing well. Don't work too hard, and yeah, I hope to talk to you soon. Yes, hope work goes well. Then I can put this away. So now what else we need to do? We're gonna just do things one at a time. We're not gonna multitask here and go, you know what, we'll blitz up some biscuits for the next one, and we'll prep up this for the next thing. No, we're gonna take things one at a time. That way everything has a time to set and chill. I guess, here's another question. I never work too hard. I don't work too hard anymore. No, I used to. But, yes. I know it's a defeatist way to think, but you just get to a certain point where you are, and even in your career, and you just go, you know what? No. They're making me do too much for what I feel I'm worth. They need to pump the brakes with all this. Until it comes to my second job, I get slayed. Man, just Make sure you're looking after yourself, all right? But yes, this is melting up nicely, slowly but nicely. Again, a lot of sugar. I got words to say with this girl. Like, girl, you trying to get me fat? You trying to make me fatter than what I already am? Fat with a P8, yeah. Get that fat dumpy. Worth all the effort. Just make sure that you don't work yourself too hard and somewhat put yourself into early retirement. Although that's somewhat the Aussie dream. Let's not be honest. Like the Aussie dream is to get onto compo and not have to work for the rest of your life. But hey, I mean, the downside to that is you have a stuffed back and you can't do anything else with your life except, you know, complain about having a bad back. You don't have to work anymore, and the government pays your rent. So, it's not that pot. It was the smaller one. I'll grab the next pot out, ready to go. Because yeah, I'll melt the cofa in just this tiny bad boy. Just that small one. I think she is. I reckon that she typed this up herself and said, "Oh yeah, Marla makes this for Christmas. This is what she makes for Christmas. I want you to make it. I want you to eat it. I want you to eat all of it. I don't want any form of crumbs or just a small morsel of anything just sitting there. I want it all devoured by you. I want to see you eat every last bit." And then next cooking stream, I'm gonna be like, oh, and this huge fat belly. I'm glad I don't get that fat that quick. I'm glad I don't get fat that quick. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if you got fat like in the cartoons? You have a big dinner and then you just expand. That'd suck. I'd hate that. What did you turn into, Matilda? Yeah, a bit more of a... I was gonna say maybe I could break it up with the whisk, but no. The answer is no. In the words of a certain someone, why have you dinner when you can have more dinner? But that's dinner, okay? I'm okay with more dinner. Sweets, on the other hand, sweets need to be limited. I could eat sweets until the cows came home. And I'd make sure that I eat the sweets, because I don't want them cows having them sweets, alright? They're mine. But you gotta limit yourself to the sweets and the sugars, because that's the stuff that gets you. You can have a good, mean, lean dinner, but you can't have a lean dessert. Well, I think you might be able to. I've just never come across it. Never a good one, anyway. Sure, there are a lot of, fat-free desserts and sugar-free desserts and desserts that are really good for you, but they just don't hit the same. They don't hit the same as the fatty stuff, the sugary stuff, the stuff that you should not be having after midnight. The stuff that'll turn you into a bloody gremlin. Or at least that chocolate cake the kid had from Matilda. It has been a hot minute since I've seen Matilda, but I do remember that. You hate sweets. You hate sweets. Then why are you here? They're good, but I can't take too much. Right. So for you, it's in moderation. Yes. You're making me not want Gatorade. Well, then get Powerade. Was it Powerade or? If you want electrolytes, have Hydrolyte. So that's supposed to be better for you. Stop telling me it's not good for you. Okay. What I'm trying to say is if you're not doing any form of strenuous exercise, or if you don't need the extra light boost, then it's probably not the best to have it just as a drink with dinner. But if you are, sweating a lot, if you are working out a lot, if you're losing those electrolytes, then it is good and beneficial for you. All right? That's all I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not saying that it's inherently completely bad for you and you should never have Gatorade in your life. I mean, I would say that more for soda. I'd say that for soda, if anything. because soda is just chock full, and energy drinks. And energy drinks. You shouldn't have energy drinks just willy-nilly. It's like, you know what? You know what? I just want that. Hiya, maiden. How are we doing today? Hope you've been doing well. Yeah, like energy drinks are ones that you should not. I would say don't have energy drinks in general. Like, there's nothing beneficial from an energy drink. The only times I've really had energy drinks in my life, I had one before a TAFE course. I think I had maybe 1 or 2 or something like that. I didn't get any energy boost out of it. There was no, oh sweet, I'm peppy, I'm chipper, I'm ready to tackle this course, and I just got angry. Like, I just got into a very frustrated mood, and I'm just, I wasn't faster about being angry. I was just in a bad mood. And then the other times I've had it was with vodka, because I was like, oh, have a vodka Red Bull at the bar. And again, like, I don't think I got angry. It didn't give me that speed boost like I was expecting it to. But I want to eat the yummy stuff and not think about the consequences. Oh, the joys of having a fast metabolism. Oh, but then not only that, I have a friend who has a very, very high metabolism, and he has been thin for as long as I've known him, and he hates it. He absolutely hates it. Like, is it fast metabolism? I'm pretty sure he's got a fast metabolism, but his other problem too is he's a slow eater. So he will take forever to eat his dinner, but he'll process it really fast. And he's been thin for the longest time. He's actually started to gain weight, and we're all very proud of him for doing that. It's like, yeah, you're finally getting some weight. Like, he's not anorexic. He's not bulimic. Bulimic is the word I'm looking for. Like, he's not, forcing himself to be thin. Like, he's eating the fatty foods. He's trying to bulk up, and it's just not happening. What are we talking about? My caffeine addiction? You need to cut that back. Caffeine is everything except for a few things. Not everything is good in moderation, but most things are good in moderation. It's the same as go out and get some sunshine, but don't get too much sunshine. Make sure you have some salt in your diet, but don't have too much salt in your diet. Caffeine is pretty good for you, but don't have too much caffeine. Like, hey, you're not my dad. Well, that is true. That is true. I'm just a random guy on the internet that's willing to give some advice, but I don't expect you guys to take it. Like, you guys live your life. Live your life. I can just tell you experiences from my life. That's it. That's it. I mean, I eat sugary stuff all the time. Like, I'm no saint. Then I'll regret it later. Hang on. Then I'll regret it later when I see the actions. Sorry. I'll regret it later when I see the result of my actions. Yes. Yeah, you'll regret. Yeah. Yeah. You want to eat all the good stuff, and then you don't want to know about the consequences. But then you'll come across them eventually. It's like, oh, you know what? I probably shouldn't have eaten that. I have that all the time with, when I say fatty foods, it's stuff like mince, or like lots of cheese, like stuff that's just really greasy, like McDonald's or KFC. I will get indigestion like there's no tomorrow, and I just will not feel too good. Like, it just doesn't sit right with me. But it's like, it tasted good when I had it, but I know I'm gonna be absolutely carcass after it. So I'm now afraid of energy drinks at this point. You should be. I've actually heard of people who used to get vodka Red Bulls at the bar all the time, and I've heard of people that would do it. I didn't know them, but I heard of people, and they got an irregular heartbeat from it. Like, all these vodka Red Bulls they got from the bar was they thought, oh yeah, this is cool, I'm hip, I'm awesome, and getting in with all the opposite sex, or the sex I'm attracted to. Yeah, they got an irregular heartbeat out of it. So yeah, go touch grass, but don't touch too much grass, because there could be bugs in it. I despise my mind being fast because I sort of want to gain weight. Yeah. So you'll have a lot of bigger people turn around and say, man, I wish I had your metabolism. You're like, you don't want it. I'll give it to you if you want. You need that good middle ground. You need it to be just fast enough to be able to process the stuff well, but not too fast that you just a beanpole. It sounds like me. I eat slowly and finally gain weight. Now I'm trying to lose it. I would say that's the opposite. You eat slow, but you still gain the weight. My mate eats slow, but doesn't get the weight. Gained 16 pounds in a few months. Wow. Are you gonna convert that into mass? You're gonna be shredded afterwards. But Tessie, what you making? I eat quickly. You eat too quickly. Today we're making a bunch of chilled sweets. So if you go exclamation menu, it'll give you a full rundown of what we are making today. But they're all the stuff we're doing needs to go into the fridge and sit. I'm actually gonna pump this up to full temp now because we are almost finished melting the fat, and we just need to get this going. But yeah. I'm going to try and mix this a bit more because it still feels like the Kofa is sitting on the top. Not really mixing in very well. But for the most part, we're making a biscuit that's been suggested by Sarah Lou, which are called turtles for some reason. We are making two different types of rum balls. We're going to be making just a regular style, and we're going to be making a white style. I'm going to throw some strawberry bits in there as well, just for funsies. And we're going to be making some Cocoa Pop crackles because I've got Kofa. So why not? It's a very easy recipe to make. And obviously, exclamation recipe will take you to all of the sites that I'm using for the recipes today, except for the turtles. That's going to be found on the Discord. It's going to be pinned under the recipes. I pinned that this morning, just to make sure that I could find it as well. Oh, man. Come on! Probably should have put this up higher a little while ago, but yes. What I'll do in the meantime as well is, because we're going to take that off the stove and start mixing stuff straight away, bring it over here. Bring it over here so we can put the pot there. That will go well. Do a little bit of cooking on the floor. Oh no! I'm making a mess. But making a mess knows you're doing a good job in the kitchen. If you have a clean kitchen, you didn't make anything. Go around to somebody's house and they put on a big spread, a big, luxurious Vegas-style spread. Their kitchen is spotless. They didn't make it, all right? They got it shipped in. I'm actually going to transfer that to the big burner. Big burner's got more fire. It's going to make things heat up a bit quicker. Oh, yep. See, we've already got some bubbles going on the side here. If we can see that. Probably need to move the chopping board over the other side now. Keep things nice and close. Now I'm going to bring it to a good boil. Does anybody know what a good boil looks like? It's not looking pretty good at the moment, but we can make it look better. We can make it look better. Wonder if it's going to do the same thing as milk does. So I'm not sure how many people have used like boiled milk or cream. A good boy? Yes, I am. You are a good boy. Everybody's a good boy and girl in chat, and other. Everybody's good. That's. Gotta watch what I say, or else I get cancelled on Twitter. I fret and worry so much that I'm going to say something and someone's going to try cancel me on Twitter, but then I realize I'm not that big on Twitter, so it doesn't matter. But I still fear there's going to be one person out there is just like, he said the thing! Everybody gets their torches and pitchforks, and I'm just standing here just like, what? I suddenly regret calling myself. You are a good boy, though. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. MT's a good boy. Aren't you? Aren't you? MT's a good boy. Did you see the picture of the sky? I did actually, yes. That was actually really good. It was a really pretty photo. Landscape, sunsets and sunrises are really nice. Alright, I think we've got a good boil happening here. And we need to let that go for a minute and 30 seconds. Yo, Mr. Tammy! Mr. Tammy, thanks for making me one and only for the month. Very much appreciated. And welcome to the Frenzy. How you doing? Nice. It has been a hot minute since I've seen you, Mr. Tammy. What have you been up to? How was your New Year? How was your Christmas? Did you have a good Valentine's Day? How have you been? Share with the class. Did you eat any good food? How have you been? Mr. Timmy. Now that is a name I haven't heard in a long, long time. I would say that's a good boil, but I'm going to turn it down too, just to make sure that the flames aren't licking up the side. That's obviously what we don't want. We don't want the flames to go up the side of the pot and start heating the top sides of the pot, because then you'll start getting crystallization and caramelization on the sides that you can't reach. I took the photo on the way to see the boyfriend. Nice. Was it a sunrise or was it a sunset? I can't remember which one it was. I think it was a set? It looked like a set. Give that a little bit longer and then we'll start whisking sunset. I thought so. I thought it was a sunset. Sunrises are usually more orange. But, what was... Oh, it's probably just something on my finger. It felt a little bit of sticky. I was like, was that sticky on the spoon? Did I not feel the spoon properly? No, I think it was on my fingy. I think it was on my fingies. These are all sticky at the moment. So we're working with fat and chocolate. Hey, Amar. How are we doing this morning? Hope we're doing well. Got much planned for today? Sarah's trying to make me fat, Ma. Alright, I think that's been long enough. So, see what's going on here? Nope, because the camera's pointing right down. Okay. I've been gone because of work. It's all good. Everybody's entitled to live their life, whether it's through work, through travel, through other stuff like that. It's all good. It's just really cool to see you again. I moved to a different country. Oh, nice. Christmas was great. And next week, next week Monday is my birthday. Oh, fantastic. So depending on where you are at the moment, that might be a Tuesday for me. So might be able to say happy birthday on your actual birthday if you drop by. But I think I remember you saying you were moving country. Where? 27. You're old. Sorry to break it to you, man. You're old. Right, I need to switch to this one here. And then we mix this in. But if you don't mind sharing, where have you moved to? Whoop. Mix it in. I think I might actually let this sit for a bit before I actually start mucking around with it, because this is going to be very hot. My birthday is March 6th, 2 days after Empress. Oh, I think I did see a thing this morning that you were checking how many days away your birthday was, and it was 36. Yeah, so you know what? I'm actually going to let this sit and cool down a little bit before I start working it, because this is going to be red hot and I don't want to burn my fingies. It's pretty much just choc oatmeal. What you're making? So at the moment, I'm not sure if the camera's really picking it up, but we're making a biscuit recipe suggested by Sarah Lou, and they're called turtle biscuits. Now, what I've just done here is I have melted some kofa and boiled it up with some milk, a butt ton of sugar, and some cocoa. And now I've mixed it in with some rolled oats and some shredded coconut. I do have desiccated coconut, but we're going to be making rum balls later today. And I want to save this coconut for that. Plus, I want to use up the shredded coconut as well. We're also going to make some Cocoa Pop crackles as well. So, yeah, making rumbles. We're going to be making choc rumbles and white rumbles as well. Because I found these doodads. I found these doodads at the shop. Gently baked strawberries. And they don't feel like the crispy, dehydrated ones that I picked up for the Valentine's stream last year. So these might be nice and soft when you bite into them instead of having a soft rumble and then having a crunchy bit in the center. So, yeah, so that's what we're making today. And we have just mixed in the rolled oats and the shredded coconut into our chocolate mix. And the recipe does call to mix well, quickly spoon into cookie sheet and refrigerate for 1 to 2 hours, but we'll probably give it 1 hour and see how it goes. But yeah, oats, coconut, did a little bit of salt, vanilla went into the mix while we're boiling it up. Yeah, so we're just gonna wait and let that sit and do its thing. And then I'm thinking that we do the Cocoa Pop crackles after this, just because that's going to take a little while to set as well. Now, where are all my... That is a good question. Where I had other style, unless I put them away. Tails is back! What you get? What you get? And now the stream is ruined. Stream is ruined now. Everything's waterlogged. Everything's wet and soggy. These aren't going to set at all. It's funny when I say the Netherlands. I feel like I'm saying. Hang on. Feels like I'm saying I'm in Minecraft. The Netherlands. Yep. Why is this a yay moment? That's not yay. You ruined everything. Yay! I ruined the stream. I ruined the cookie. It didn't ruin the stream. Don't think anybody can ruin the stream. I've not had one person come in that has ruined a stream yet. And, knock on wood, I hope that never happens. But I expect it. But the Netherlands, okay. And you were in the States, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Temmie?
Or you somewhere else. Oh, yes. The cooking sim on the old Game Boy. Was there ever a cooking sim on Game Boy? I don't think that... Well, this is Yoshi's Cookie. We're making Yoshi's Cookie at the moment. This is the behind the scenes from when, for when the cookies come down. Like we're actually making the cookies that drop down. I should see if I can... I might have to check it, because I might be able to change...
Is the music a bit crushed as well, or was it just my voice? That is a good question. So I can't remember if I did the... I can't remember if I tried to do the music to be a bit crushed, or if it was just the gameplays. So I know I did it for the gameplays, but I don't think I did it for the... I need to make it so everything gets bit crushed. So even if I have a guest, if I have a guest on stream, I'll get their voice bit crushed as well, even with the vintage too. Give it a bit of a mix so we can disperse some heat. I'm gonna say, you know what I should do while I wait for this to do the thing? I just realised I think I need to... Which one is it? It's this one here. I think the music was I couldn't hear until after. Ah, right. Oh, and it's bugging out with the zoom. Looks like I have to do this all the time. Why are you bugging out with the zoom? Yeah, how about that? Stop bugging out with the zoom. Silly camera. Silly camera. Muben! Muben, welcome in. How we doing? Hope you're having a terrific Thursday. Yeah, Mr. Temmie's the strength in the nether. Keep forgetting I have to change the... So every time I set up the stream for... Just pop in to say hi, I got to lurk and work. Not a problem. Thank you for popping by, saying hello and lurking. I hope you're all well and recovered from the Rona that you had. And yeah, hope work goes well. Sorry, I got a bit of a... I might have to duck off into the spare bedroom in a second, because I did have... Fevers and chills are gone. Cough's still bothering me. Yeah, hopefully you can shake that cough real soon. Lots of honey tea will help with that. Lots of honey tea. What else is good for a sore throat? I think it's pretty much just honey and tea. But yeah, hope you shake it real soon. I'm gonna duck off into the spare bedroom real quick, because I think I've got other liners. You might be wondering, why do I have liners in the spare bedroom of all places? Why in the spare bedroom? Because I didn't use them that much, and I need to put them into storage. And I thought this would be the best place to put them. Turns out that they are not in here. So I've probably put them somewhere else, and I've forgotten where. Because, yeah, I had some real fancy ones. Maybe I used them. Did I use them for anything else? Don't think I did. But lemon honey tea, that's what it is. Yep, honey lemon. Got a couple somewhat large bottles of water with a Powerade and a bunch of fruit. My man, he's looking after himself. Good job. Good job. Mr. Timmy. Where did I put them? That is a very good question. Oh, did I put them down here? No, I don't think I did. Did I put them over here? Nah, I think I've lost them. Oh well, we'll just use these ones anyway. Yeah, these ones will be for the crackles. Those will be for the crackers. What kind of fruits did you get? Also, just a good question for anybody else. What's your go-to fruit? What's a fruit that you go to? I quite like apples. I think apples are my jam. Bananas are also good, but I don't know. Sometimes a banana just doesn't really hit right. Sometimes. Don't know if it's a little bit overripe or underripe. Banana in banana loaf. That's God. That's God tier. What I might do in the meantime as well is I'm gonna drop that on low, and I'm gonna blop another. So for the crackles, let's just have a quick squeeze at the crackles. I'm pretty sure it's a full, 250 grams of Kofa. Yeah, so we'll get that in there. Get that in there, slowly melting down. The crappiest part about living in a different country is not everybody will speak English or whatever language you speak. I mean, that is true, but that's where, I don't want to say you need to step up, but that's where you need to impress the locals and start learning their language. The amount of power you can hold by walking up into somebody in their home country, their home grounds, and start speaking their language, or you'll blow them away. You'll be the belle of the ball. Be like, who's this dashing young so-and-so that knows my language? I thought about the chips and glanced over at the cheese. Oh, you had temptation. You had the temptation of getting the cheesecake. I know your Achilles heel is cheesecake, but you rose above the occasion. You passed the cheesecake and you got the good stuff. Good job, Tells. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, boy. It's so hard to learn. It is hard to learn a new language, but I find it very rewarding. I've been meaning to try and get back into learning both Japanese and German, just for the funsies of learning. One of them is like if I would ever go to Austria or Germany, but I plan to go back to Japan real soon, and to be able to pick up that language and be able to speak it more fluently. Not only that, be able to watch anime without subtitles. That's gonna be god tier. Like I'll be like uber weeb after I do that. No, don't talk about the cheesecake. What cheesecake? What cheesecake were they? Were they New York style ones? Were they baked cheesecake? Was it cookies and cream? Was it the gelatin set style ones? Like you gotta tell me what these cheesecakes were. This is how you beat your temptations. You need to talk about them. You need to bring them into the light and then push them away. This is what they are. Get them out of here. Oh, whoops, wrong one. I was thinking to myself, why is it all the way up there? What's going on here? Oh. Right, so I think this might be cool enough to do. Might grab 2 spoons, actually. See if we can do like a 2-spoon action. Is this going to be a good enough angle so we can see what's going on? Possibly? That might be a good one. Yes, I think that's the strat. I don't know how much more these are going to spread on the tray, but I think 3 is going to be good. How the heck do people travel so much? I went to Texas for work. I want to say the reason why how people travel so much. COVID actually, I reckon COVID helped a lot of people save money that they didn't know what to do with, so they just saved it up for whence the world were to reopen. I mean, that's sort of what I did. I also did stuff around the house and started streaming, so that sort of took money away from savings. Sort of, not really, but for the most part, like, I just saved a butt ton of money, and as soon as everything started coming good again, it's like, you know what? Let's rehash this holiday that me and my mate were planning. And then, because work was being work, I decided, you know what, I need to take more time off for myself. So, damn the expense. I'm not going to be able to take money with me to the grave. So, why don't I start going overseas more? And while I have nothing really tying me down to keep me in one place for a very long time, might as well start going where I want to. That's just me. That's just me. Other people might have a little bit of harder time because, you know, they're renting with crazy rent prices and they might have loans that they have to pay off and their job might not pay enough to do that kind of stuff. But I'm flexing my privilege. I know damn well. But when I was young in school, when I was young in my school, psychology guy decided that I should not learn 2 languages. For me, it was English and German at the same time because I was mixing them together. That's dumb. That's dumb. That guy should have his teaching license revoked. You know how awesome, how funny it is to meet people who the amount of times I see people do Jap English, and it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. Imagine being that person who could do Jap English. But then again, like, a lot of European countries do piggyback off. I want to say they do piggyback off each other. So, but I don't know. It's been a while since I've tried to learn a European language, so still. Morning, Jason. It is actually morning this time. What are you doing out of bed so early? What? You usually are asleep at this time. I put pictures of a fluffy boy in Ember's fur babysitting the Great Pyrenees puppy. Ooh, I might have to check them out after stream. I didn't see the difference. Look, I can understand why they sort of stopped you from... I understand why they wanted to steer you away from that, because they probably wanted you to learn English more so and be able to be a functioning member of society, but they should have taught you how to differentiate the 2 of them. So, like, hey, you learn German, like, this is when you use German, and this is when you use English. Let's try and not mix them up together. But, what at breakfast? Yeah, that's true. Water is so smooth. It is. Water's life. Water's good. Water's another underrated drink. Like, growing up, I was like, water's boring. Water's dumb. I want soda. I want cordial. I want sugar. And then when you get older, it's just like, yes, give me the water. Can I start you off with anything? Give me the free breadsticks and a pitcher of water. If you charge me for the water, I am leaving. Water is free. It falls from the sky. If you charge me for water, I am rioting. I mean, like, I get charged for water anyway because of, you know, water supply charges, but still. Bluey! Welcome in. How we doing today? Okay, so that is done. We'll turn that off to make sure that it doesn't do anything stupid. Other countries be like, why is English a universal language? That is, it's because it's you guys in America. You influence everywhere else. What was the thing I heard today? Or not today, when I heard it recently. So they say that when America coughs, Australia gets the cold. And I thought that was a beautiful statement of how influential your country is. For better and for worse. I want to point that out, for better and for worse. You do have a lot of things that you do that's not been very beneficial to, to the livelihoods of other countries. But that's just my hot take. And that's as far as I'll go with that. Because again, don't want to say something and then have someone turn around and say, hey, he hates these people, or he hates this movement, and I get cancelled on Twitter. But I might have to put this, the rest of this in another container. Also, I was supposed to make these bigger. Yo. So, oh, hang on. Might be able to do it. Feel my influence, you fool. Put these in the freezer. Then I'll grab another tray. So I was thinking, I'll put it in a container, but no, it's going to set, and it's going to be hard to get out of that container, so I only really need one, and I've got other things I can do, but if that guy didn't do... Hang on. If that guy didn't do it, I would be speaking with you right now. Hang on. I would be speaking to you right now because my dyslexia is so severe that I still can't remember how to type properly some of my own language words. So, which is... But look, in the long run, would you prefer to not be able to type and learn and be able to speak two languages, or are you happy with where you are now? Had an early night at 11 p.m. and woke up at 7. You had an early night at 11 p.m. Wow. Oof. Must have had a. Oof. Must have been really beat. 11 p.m. early night. Wee. Why'd the music stop? Why'd the music stop? We still live? No! I pushed the button with my pinky. The music's back. I think YouTube just had a bit of a moment. So just had to break the silence, you know. Had to make sure that it wasn't boring in here. So, you know, just trying to be Mr. Streamer, you know, make sure that everything's happening. But I had early night, woke up at 7. It's very diverse in the US, so there's a lot of content here that spreads rapidly. That not only the fact that it's very diverse, but it's also the fact that you have a lot of influence on everything. So social media, like you have a lot of content creators on social media. Hollywood is one of the biggest ones. So I would say there's more American films made than any other country, because you guys pretty much started it. Like, how can we distract the masses from all the economic crises that are happening in this world? Let's just plop them in front of a screen and tell them funny stories. That's just how I feel. Okay, so I'm gonna say that's enough. It's because we're like scraping the sides and it's getting dry and crusty. So, I always get hungry watching these. I do that, and I do not apologize. I say you come here knowing damn well what's happening, and I cannot be held responsible for any feelings that are made or created from my streams. That's just it's a disclaimer that that's in fine print when you first chat. So you sign those contracts and they're done and dusted. But and other countries try to be influential to compete with the US. Oh, 100%. 100%. I would say Australia tries to do stuff to compete with the US. We should just stick to our lane. We're sports. Sure, you guys might have the Super Bowl, but we have everything else. We've got we have the soccer, we got the cricket, we got the F1s, right? We got horse racing, we got everything. Like Australia, just stick to sports. Let's just stick to sports. We know what's good, we know what works. We'll just stick to sports. I think we live. I think I just bought 1 mil of US motion picture money. Nice. Why American though? Why though? Why not Australian? Why not Canadian? Canadian money is pretty fun. I think it's English because it's easy enough to learn and a lot of people speak it. And if we were to go by how easy the language is to learn, then Spanish is easy. If we go with how many people use the language in the world, we go with Chinese. And I don't think you want to learn Chinese and all of its intricacies. Chinese, you're 100% right. Like, universally, a lot of people speak English, and it's sort of a safe bet. Like, I would say if you want to get bigger than what you are and be influential, English is your best ticket. Like a lot of people speak English, and main demographic and main people who buy into people are English speakers. But it's a very hard language to learn. When you've got there, and there, all spelt differently, all having different meanings, it's dumb. It is absolutely dumb. It's horrible and stupid, and why is this a thing? It's the same as that you can spell fish by using like PHI, like G, like you can spell fish completely different than what you think it should be spelled, but it still works. It's dumb. English is a stupid language, and whoever made it was probably drunk, high, and, a little simple. But it happened. It happened, and it is what it is. Chinese, yes, a lot more people worldwide do speak it in a popular sense, but worldwide and country to country, it's not as spread out yet. But it is, I would want to say it also somewhat is a simple language to learn. You're just going to make sure that you enunciate the right parts at certain points. Same as Japanese as well. Yeah, I didn't know that Spanish was easy to learn. Well, we know it worked. Hang on, I'll visit Hollywood eventually. I've heard it's not that great. I've heard Hollywood's not that great. Hang on. I've got these, so I'm using them to the full. I'm using them to their fullest. Go. What? I think I missed something there. Wait, what contract? The contract you signed when you typed in my chat for the very first time. It comes up a little disclaimer like, these are the rules of chat. There was very fine print in there that said, if I make you hungry, that is on your own accord. You know why you're here, and I cannot be held accountable for any feelings of hunger in any shape or form. Much easier to use fake US money than AUD. I mean, that is true. That is very true. US money is just paper in the end. Whereas our stuff is like, yeah. Also 2, 2, and 2. Yes. 2, 2, and 2. That is exactly right too. Then there's the words that are spelt once but can be used in different sense, like in different sense as well. Like, oh no, there we go. We got sense, and sense. I think there's 3 of them. Yeah, there's 3 of them. So you've got the currency of sense, then you've got the making sense, and then you've got sense as in smells. Money's cotton, you buffoon. It's paper. If it's a munched up plant that's been pressed into a flat form, it's paper. There we go. Sense. Yeah. English is dumb. I just noticed that the fake motion picture money is tagged as play food. Yeah, then you got where. Yeah. There should be another one on there. So there's where, and where. So you've got where as in where are we going? We've got where as in we are. And you got where as in I wear an apron. I hate this language. All right, let's get some. Oh, okay. So these are all spellings of the same word in Polish. See, that's where it gets confusing with other languages. So you can have one word, but then multiple spellings. But it's obviously depending on where you use it in the sentence or how you use it in a sentence structure that you would choose different words. And honestly, I find that very interesting when it comes to learn a different language. I like learning the sentence structure and how to form a sentence in a different language. But like I said, I need to get back onto learning Japanese. Because I was making good strides with it. And then I just stopped because I went and I thought, I'm probably not going to go back again. Then I went again and it's like, oh, I probably should learn again. And then COVID happened and I'm probably not going to go back there again. And now I'm in that mood. It's like, you know what? I'm going to go back there again. So I was like, I know the rule. I brought food. Nice. Good job. All right. So I'm going to make some. Yes. Anybody in the frenzy, spam the wigglies. Spam the wigglies. All right. So what are we going to need for this one here? So we're going to need 4 cups of Cocoa Pops. We're going to need 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. So this is the actual. We're going to be using cocoa powder for this one. We're going to need a cup of ice and sugar, a cup of desiccated coconut, and 250 grams of Kofa. Using up my animated emotes voice. So I've already melted the Kofa because what the idea is going to be is we're going to put the Cocoa Pops, desiccated coconut, the ice and sugar, and cocoa powder again. So we're going to have like, this fruit is 90% melon. Is it a watermelon? So I can understand that. But yeah, we're just going to put everything into a bowl. We're going to mix it up. We're going to drop it into Line's paper trays in muffins. I was getting there eventually. Fruit slices. Ah, right. I understand now. I understand the topic at hand. So let us grab a bowl. I'm going to grab the biggest bowl I've got. Hopefully I don't touch it. Yes, yep. Alright, so I'm going to... no, I don't actually. Should be fine. So I need 4 cups of Cocoa Pops. Excuse me. What's this? Whoop! Nearly lost it. Okay. Now, this is a very simple treat that you can make, right? Works well for children's birthday parties, or just if you're just a big kid. But yeah, all you do is you just melt the Kofa, and then you mix it in with the dry ingredients, put them into liners, let them set, and you're done. That's it. Now, a lot of recipes you'll find will say to use rice bubbles and do the same thing with the cocoa and stuff, but I want to make chocolate ones. And I actually found a recipe on the official Kellogg's website that's called for just Cocoa Pops and chocolate. I didn't think I liked that. I didn't think I liked that, so... It's like, no, we'll try and make them actual proper with the Kofa. And... Initially this is just a Rice Krispie treat. Or like a rice bubble crackle. But with Cocoa Pops instead. There we go. Yup. Obviously, anybody who's allergic to coconut today, I'm terribly sorry. We have been using coconut this whole time. The whole time. So I'm terribly sorry. What do I need? I need ice and sugar. We need a civet. I got one with the big strawberries inside. The other ones had small strawberry slices. Probably should have gone with the smaller one then. Probably had more strawberries. Sounds like you played yourself. The long mango slices were quite good. Mango is pretty good. It was a very long time since I actually had mango. Like I properly decided to eat mango, and I definitely was missing out on my life. I was just a stubborn little fool that just like, oh, mango, yeah. I always do enjoy the streams. Well, I'm glad you do. I'm so happy that I'm doing something right. doing something right to entertain everybody. And I hope people are learning as well. That's another thing I want to try to do with these streams. I want to try to teach people how to make this stuff too. Said this prop shop in Melbourne is only allow a hiring of their props and not straight out buying. That's dumb. That's really dumb. I understand the premise and the concept. The tablespoon of cocoa powder. 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. I understand the concept of why they want to go down that route, because they're going to make more money off hiring as opposed to buying. Like, why would you, why would you waste money on giving it to them for a flat rate when you can hire it out to multiple people for a little bit less and make more money in the process? Sarah! Hello? Sarah? I need to ask you a very, very serious question. What are your dentist bills like? Because this recipe that you gave me, that we have done, are in the fridge cooling at the moment, or setting at the moment. 4 cups of sugar. 4 cups of sugar. Are you trying to make me fat? Are you trying to make me fat? But how are we doing? I hope you had a good sleep. No, it was much less strawberry in the others. Oh, okay. You still need to make the brick of flour. Just make sure that you don't advertise this too much on other sites and get caught for doing something that you are clearly not doing, but could get in trouble for. I have no cavities. It's a lot of sugar. So I'm very keen. We got it all done. It's all set in the fridge. I got one in the freezer to set faster. But yes, very keen. We're currently doing a like an Aussie style, not the same as what you're doing, but sort of similar. Instead of using oats and a lot of sugar, we're using icing sugar and Cocoa Pops. They're basically candy. Oh, no, that's true. Candy with oats and... Oh, this is something I was going to ask, but you weren't here, so I just went ahead and did it myself. The coconut that was in there, was that desiccated coconut or shredded coconut? Or flaked. We could have done flaked as well. I love when I see those measuring systems, because what is 1 cup? How much is 1 foot? And why do you measure something in football fields? We've had that debate so many times on stream. So people measure in football fields as a rough estimate on a length of something. So if they go, it's about 4 football fields, it's just a rough estimate. A football field is 100 yards, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 100 yards from touchdown to touchdown. And feet is dumb. I like and I hate the concept of cups. So a cup is 125 milliliters of volume, and it roughly translates to about 250 mil of volume, which roughly translates to about 250 grams. But depending on what you're using for the density, it will fluctuate. So something that's really heavy, a cup might be, say, 500 grams, or it might be less than 500 grams. I like the concept of cups because there's less thought in it. You can just grab a cup, scoop, dump, done. Whereas grams is more precise, it's more specific. So you don't have to think about, is this going to be enough? Have I got the right cup? It's just, this is what it is. But for the most part, we don't do freedom measurements here. We don't do freedom measurements. And it's just 1 slice of every fruit. Oh, There's one slice of every fruit at the bottom is just layered with melon. Sounds like they were padding then. I can't get in trouble for filmmaking or photo shooting, right? If you make sure that you clearly label what is going on in the photo, you should be fine. But if you sort of go, like, jokingly, it's like, ha ha, just robbed a bank, just got a couple of keys of booger sugar, somebody on Facebook might turn around and it's like, tag the bloody South Australian police. It's raining for you at the moment. Well, keep it. I don't want it. We had a bit of rain at the start of stream, and I was worried that we're going to cut out. So, shredded, good. Because I do have. You guys have desiccated coconut over there, or is it just shredded? A football field is about an acre worth of land, and yeah, it's about 100 yards. And 1 yard is 3 feet. 1 foot is 12 inches. Is there anything smaller than an inch? Which football fields are you talking about? Because for me, it sounds like you're talking about what American call soccer. So we're talking about NFL. So an NFL football field. So we call it soccer over here as well, because we have football as well, and our football fields don't get us started on our football fields. So here's a little fun fact. Here's a little fun sports fact about Australian football. The Australian Football League football fields. So, there is no uniform determined size for a football field in Australia. So, the most hollowed ground in all football history, the MCG, or the G, is a certain size. The football field in Fremantle, Western Australia, will be a different size. The football field in Sydney will be a different size. So there is a legitimacy to home field advantage when it comes to Australian football, because one might be more narrow but longer, one might be shorter but wider. There's just no determined size for a football field. It's weird, it's dumb, but also pretty cool. But I ate one of every fruit and now I'm left with half a whole melon. What the heck? Eat your melon. 1 mil in AUD costs 3k real money. What? Why is our fake money so expensive? Again, I think you got the right point. Just print them up yourself. Print the American ones up yourself. I'm European, so I use meters. Yes, we've got somebody who uses the metric system as well. Get out of here with these freedom measurements. I just know shredded. Right. That's cool. So we have desiccated coconut, which is finely shredded, or like finely chopped. We've already. Oh, I could show it off in a second. So we get these in here, and then we've got shredded, and then we've got flaked, and then we've got a whole bunch of other stuff. So we can use measurements or use centimeters or millimeters when getting scientific or mathematical, but in general, we just say it's a fraction of an inch or something smaller. Yeah. Why do you hate the metric system, guys? Guys, why do you need to be so difficult? Oh. Maybe I should learn how to use. Maybe I should use. No, don't. You'll hurt yourself. The only time you need. All right. Okay, let's be real. The only time that you need to learn how to use inches is when you're making cakes. Okay. Cakes work well in inches, but centimeters is a bit hard. I've always used inches, but no, I would still say centimeters, Sarah. I would still say centimeters. Right. Bigger number makes it seem bigger, so it's Taco. How are we doing today, Taco? Sarah's saying naughty things again, but I wouldn't want her to change. Don't ever change, Sarah. I only had to pay $36 for the American mill, but I would still Hang on, but we'll still work on making my own prop money, though I shall have 2 million. Yes, yes, yes. Become rich. If I don't say naughty things, people will worry. That is very true. That is very true. If you don't say anything naughty, then I would assume that you have young guests in your vicinity, and you don't want them to appear on the screen and say, "Sarah, what does that word mean?" And you have to explain the birds and the bees to a child. Well, you see, young one. See how easy this is to make? So easy. So easy, yet so good. You wouldn't worry? I would. I would worry so much. Wait a minute. Sarah hasn't said boobs, butt, or penis yet. What's going on? She hasn't sworn in chat yet. What? Have the Christians got a hold of her? Did the Catholics win? I'm okay with definitions. We're talking about the birds and the bees now. Sorry, I just got back from my mum with tech issues. You missed a lot, Jason. You missed a lot. So we had a bit of a self-discovery session, a bit of a D&M. We all learnt a bit about ourselves. We all piled into a magic school bus, and unfortunately, we did have to travel inside your brain area to find out how it works. Sorry you had to miss out on that, but still. These are my man breasts. I think there's... Oh, I want to... Is there an overly manly way to say that sentence? I think it's pecs. Yo, bro, check out these pecs. Yeah, that's it. We got it. That's the overly manly way of saying, yo, check out my man boobs. Check out my moobs. So, yo, check out my pecs. My pecs are a bit on the flabby side today. Yo, bro, can you help me? Can you help support my pecs? They're a bit saggy today. I got saggy pecs. Boobs. Now I want to eat junk. Fruit is too juicy and I want something dry or sweet. I can't stop you from getting what you want, Tells, but I can't actually think of what to get you. Oh, get like a dry, when I say biscuit, like a cookie. Get just like a plain cookie. Just a plain wheat cookie. Like a tea biscuit. Yeah, a tea biscuit. That will help with your dry, sweet craving. I prefer the rain than the whoosh whoosh winds. Oh, see, I don't know. I think I prefer the whoosh whoosh winds. I prefer not gale force winds, but I prefer. I'm being held hostage. Please, Sarah, blink twice. Blink twice. You've been held hostage. All right, and we put them in the fridge. Look at that. Yeah, so easy. We probably could have filled more of them up, but that's what a chocolate crackle is. That's 100% what a chocolate crackle is. Just done. Done. Okay, just so I can get this right, it means that I am 5 foot 10 inches if I am 179 centimeters. Yes. We were talking about height averages yesterday. I am 5'7". I'm 5'7" at 170 centimeters. Dead even. And MT was 5'10" or 5'11". He's 180. He's 10 centimeters taller than. So I would say yes, you are 5 foot 10 inches. Get us a tea. Get us a tea. Tessie gaslighting. How am I gaslighting? How am I gaslighting? What are you talking about? I say moobs. Yeah. Just don't hold back. No, I don't care. They're moobs. my moose. Where can I put these? I should have thought about this. Okay. Yeah, I really did not think about this too much. There is not enough room in my fridge for all of this crud today. Whoops. We could probably leave one out. I'm not short. Sure. You're just fun-sized. I'm not short, I'm just fun-sized. That's my go-to. The heck is a tea biscuit? A tea biscuit. I'll tell you what a tea biscuit is. This is a tea biscuit. That's a tea biscuit. It's 5'2", yeah, you're shorty. You can all call me shouty. Milk arrowroot biscuit. That's a tea biscuit. That's what a tea biscuit for you. Shortbread. You could have shortbread as well. That could be a good dry sweet for you. Yeah. Pec is a muscle under your moves. Yeah, but if you don't want to specifically say that you have big flabby blabby movies, then you go, oh, my pecs. I'm gonna support the pecs. People have big pecs and make them look like they've got moves. Like perky moves. Alright. Titties is a genderless word, they're always titties. That is true, yes. That is true. That is 100% true. Thanks for the confirmation. Not a problem, not a problem. I'm probably the wrong person to ask for confirmation on measurement through feet and inches, because I will always go, I know what height I am in centimeters. I'll just always go back to that. It's like, oh, how tall are you in feet and inches? I don't know. What's 170 centimeters in feet and inches? You work it out, Mr. America. 6'2". Yo, Taco's a giant. What's the weather like up there, man? Why didn't you swap down that balloon, man? Jeez. Could have saved the government a lot of money. It was like, eh. NTB, I feel short. I feel short at 5'11". Well, when you hang out with people that are 6 foot, you do feel short. Alright? Once I'm with my family, I feel average height, but when I hang out with my friends, I'm shorty.
Deaths_maiden has requested you hydrate.
Cheers, man. I also feel short at 5'10". It's because everything's starting to be built for the tall people. It's been built for the 6 foot people. There's a few 8 foot people out there. It's like, freak! No, we don't. No. They're awesome. They're awesome. They get the cats out of the trees. Deep inside, I would prefer to be short because flying on a plane when you're tall is painful. Truth. I've never had to deal with that because being a short king myself, I don't have to worry about that. Or being a short stack, if you will. But I've seen the pain. I've seen the pain of what tall people have to go through when they fly planes. Finding clothes that also fit you is also a pain. Yes. Just clothing in general is very hard. Being tall, so I know how it works because although I am short, I am a little bit chunky, alright? So, XL for you. So Taco, tell me, when you buy the XL shirts, do you find that they fit you lengthwise, but they are very loose on the from side to side? Because that's what I find with the stuff I do. So I have to buy wider pants because I got big booty, but they are long in the legs. So I have to keep having them hemmed up because, well, I'm not wanting to walk with my pants down halfway over my foot, and I think it's dumb. 5'10" is average based on my personal experience. We did the averages yesterday. And it's 5'8" is the average in America. 5'8", 5'9". I think it was 5'9". I want to be taller, but I find cars and airplanes crammed already. Yep. Yeah. Being tall is a blessing and a curse. Like, you could be like, you know, oh yes, look at me, I am a tall man or woman or person, and it's like, yeah, walk through that door frame, fit in that small car, and then you're like, no, my only weakness, confined spaces. It does, but you like it. You like the baggy clothes, or Taco like to be tall? Look. Being tall would be nice, not gonna lie. I would like to be taller than what I am. But I also like the height I am. I like who I am. And that's all we all should be thriving for, or striving for. Just being happy with ourselves. So, we've got the turtles cooling down, we've got the crackles cooling down as well. What's going on here? Okay. So that's something that's happening tonight. So which one? Yeah, we're gonna start. I was gonna say, which one do we want to start with? I want to start with the white ones. Now, the recipe that we're using today for the white rum balls is for a vegan style one, but nothing against vegans. I just have condensed milk that is non-vegan. So I'm just going to follow the recipe to exactly the same T, but I'm going to be using regular condensed milk instead of vegan condensed milk. But for those vegans out there who want to make rum balls, white rum balls, then this is the way to go. Your armrest height there, TC, better watch out. The question is, yes, I might be armrest height, but can you catch me to be your armrest? That is the question. California is diverse and I feel quite middle ground. That's pretty good. Alright, so what are we going to need for this? I'm tallish about 183 to 186, but I'm also fight. You're just lovable. You're just fluffy. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. You're fluffy. So we're going to need 1 packet of arrowroot biscuits. We're going to need 1.5 cups of desiccated coconuts, which hopefully I have enough of. I think we should. I bought an extra packet this morning just to be sure. We're going to need 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We're going to need 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and we're going to need a teaspoon of rum or whiskey. The person in here used Jameson Irish whiskey for this. Now, something else I'm going to add into this. As I said before, I'm going to add some slightly or gently baked strawberries as well, just for some funsies. Marshmallow texture, exactly. And the process that we're doing here, 5 to be 157.48 centimeters. Small. I'm also rather squishy. Makes my shirts fit all around, but makes my jeans waistband huge to be able to fit my thighs. That's the only problem with being chonk. Is the struggle of finding good clothes to fit. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Just to reaffirm to everybody that this is where I live. Please don't tell anyone how I live. If you're wondering, it's like, oh, why are these ones? Why are these 2 cameras not? These are American cameras. This one here is an Australian camera, and the other 2 I bought are American. Just had a great idea. You should make a filter which is just upside down, call it True Vision. Right, okay. Oh, I just read that after Sarah did it. But yes, we do have Australian. We have an Australian filter. I just noticed that if I do lose weight, I could also lose a bunch of money because all my clothes are sizes 4, 5 XL. So I would have to buy a bunch of replacement clothes. You could also get them. Hemmed up as well. So you might be able to get them altered to fit. Or if you lose enough weight and become super slim, Jason, you could do like a midriff tie. That could work. TC feels comfy at home now, yes. Right, so what we need to do for this is we are processing the biscuits to make a fine crumb. Then we're going to add the coconut, process some more, add the remaining ingredients, which is going to be and add the remaining ingredients and mix until combined. So I'm going to say we're going to put this into a bowl and then we're going to mix the condensed milk in, not through the processor, because that's going to make a big old mess. I can't actually see what that is. I need to check out what that is. What are those? Yep. Praise the sun. Can I see them close up? Which one? What do you have to a close up of? I believe they're black socks. Oh, Le Bons. biscuits, right? They are milk arrowroot biscuits. So I'll Titch. Zoom in.
Zooming in.
Biscuit. I don't have the auto zoom on at the moment, so it's gonna be fuzzy all the way in. Biscuit. Woo. Da 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 ba da da. Titch. Titch. Zoom out.
Zooming out.
Titch. Stove camera off.
Deactivating stove camera.
I thought that was something else. We have the Mexican version of those, but they are fully round. We probably do have round ones, but these are like generic. Like there is, I kid you not, 5 different biscuits, which are pretty much the same base, but they're just cut and presented differently. You've got like Marie biscuits, you've got arrowroot, you've got I can't remember the other ones, but there's just a whole plethora of them. Same biscuit, different shape. That's it. All right, so let me grab a cup and a half of coconut on the ready, just to make sure that we've got enough for the. Yeah, we should have. Oh. In fact, it says to roll these in coconut after we're finished, but I was planning on rolling them in something different. The brand we get in Alaska is Pilot Bread. Pilot Bread, okay. That's a... Is there a story behind that, or...? I would say... Oh, I think these are close to graham crackers. Are these close to graham crackers? Or am I thinking of something else? I think I'm thinking of another biscuit. But I would say still, these are fairly close to graham crackers. Come on, VHS wasn't so bad. I know because I watched Star Wars movies in that format. I think I only watched Star Wars on free-to-air TV. Like, I don't think I had a... The only times I watched the original Star Wars was when they came out on DVD. I say Alaska because I haven't seen them anywhere in the US. Okay. Just, what's the word I'm looking for? Exclusive to the Alaska region. I'm gonna make some noise, all right? So apologies in advance. Why do I still have this? I need to re-adhere this. Adhere that a bit more. Alaska's barely a part of the US. Having states as the land is weird. It is a very weird concept. You should just give it to Canada. Just give it back to Canada. Gonna sweep. So I'm a lurk. Well, thank you so much for the lurk, and I hope you have a good sleep, mate. Thank you for sticking by for as long as you did. Alright. And what I'd like to do in the process is wash this bowl. So I don't think the other one's going to be big enough. Getting pretty fine. Yes, it's a party when we hit the what you call it, hit the processor. You know what we'll do once we get these done? I think the turtles in the freezer are going to be ready. So we'll pull them out and give them a try. Probably has been a while. Did any of you play Hi-Fi Rush? I have not, but I have seen people playing it, and it looks really good. It looks amazing. It's been on Game Pass too. It's actually making me think I want to pick it up. Whether or not I play it on stream or if I play it in my own time will depend. But it does look like a really good game. The art style is amazing. Apparently, it's a really long game too. The combat style in it's pretty good too. Just like a sleeper hit, really. It just came out of nowhere. No, there was, what do you call it? No advertising about it. The funny part is they shadow dropped it. I know, right? It just came out of nowhere. It's just like, oh yeah, check out this really awesome game. It's like, what? Again, like no microtransactions, no silly like DLC things. It's just a complete game that looks amazing. Okay. Probably should have pointed that up at the processor now, shouldn't I? Can I... Whoop. Now fight. Now we're going to be careful. The last time I did something silly like this, I actually cut my finger. Okay, so now we put the... That's pretty fine. Put some coconut in there. Whoop. Oh. Let's go! Alright. Condensed milk was what we'll need next. A bit of salt, vanilla extract, and the rum. And the rum. The rum. That's tablespoons. I have to wash my tablespoon now. They said that they'd use a Jameson Irish whiskey. I'm using Bundaberg Australian rum for this. And it's so good. I already have 24 hours in it. I'm replaying it again from the start. That's when you know you got a game on your hands. That's when you know you got a good... Yeah, booze! Which, look, one of the things I've said to my friends, I've said on stream, I've said to my friends, I've said on stream as well, I am cutting back on... Why don't I grab the second packet? Why don't I grab the second packet? Let's go over here for now. I am cutting back on how much I'm drinking this year, just because... I don't want to say I felt like I had a problem, but I did feel like I had a problem. when I would finish work and on a Thursday and then buy a 10-pack every week and drink that within the week, or within the weekend, not just the week, just the weekend, sort of felt like I had a bit of a problem. So I'm trying to wean myself off of drinking excessively. I'm not cutting out drink altogether. Let's not be too crazy. Like, I'll have a beer every now and again, and, you know, have some rum that we're having today, but I'm not going to go too crazy with my alcohol consumption this year. Not only that, I am trying to slim down for a friend's wedding in May, and yes, booze before 11, bold of you. Come on, it's 11, champ. It's 11. And I've had booze at 7. You think so highly of me. Drink vodka. If you drink vodka, you can never have a problem with vodka because it's already hard enough to drink. I know this because I'm Polish. I have heard of that. Like, it's if you don't want to, like if you want to still continue to drink but not gain the weight, you just drink it straight. But sometimes I do want to enjoy what I'm drinking, and
okay.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Take your time. Take your time. I hope you have a good lurk. I hope you had fun or whatever you're doing as well. Yes, so we're going to do that. Then we're just going to add everything else. Everything else. So a little bit of vanilla extract. A grinding of salt. A full tin of condensed milk. I didn't actually say how much condensed milk was in here, did I? But it is roughly, how much mil is this? So it's about 395 grams of condensed milk you want in this. And yeah, for the sake of I was thinking about, you know what, we won't put any of the rum in it. So it's like, well, whatever, I'll put some rum in there. I'll put the one tablespoon in there. We'll spice it up, but we won't go too crazy. That a plan? Ooh. Special spicy rum spice. Yeah. We're going to pickle these rum balls today. Pickled rum balls. I went into, I think it was Nish's stream once, and I was telling him about how Mama TC likes to make a pickled fruitcake, and I forgot that that's sort of like not like an in-joke with the family, but it's sort of more of what we say. Like, oh, when somebody gets a little bit pickled, they're, you know, pretty drunk. So when you pickle a fruitcake, you're making the fruitcake drunk. And he's just like, I've never heard of somebody pickling fruit before. It's like, oh wait, I forgot I'm using terminologies that are colloquially known throughout my family. Whoops. So I had to explain. No. So that's where I started using marinade. We marinated the fruit for a long time. Oh, put on here. Oh. All right, so now we're just going to use our hand to fix up the rest. Now, all right, before we go too crazy, I do want to cut up that strawberry and put it in here. So, go to about there. If anyone has ever touched alcohol before, anybody. All right, sorry. So, if anyone asks, I've never touched alcohol because I'm underage, but I've heard vodka is not nice. It's not a nice friend when digesting. Don't stress. I'm not gonna rat you out to the cops, because then I'd have to explain the fact of why was I drinking underage. Right. It's just a thing. Just as long as you're doing it responsibly and you're in a safe environment when you do it, I think it shouldn't be too bad. So let's have a look at what this deal is. Ooh. I'm going to give these a little bit of a chop up. Just make them a bit smaller. Oh, yeah. It's just like, all right, my lights go off. Someone calling the popo. Someone call the popo. We got a miner in chat. Go get him. Stick him in the slammer. I was drinking in a country where I was allowed to before I was of age in my home country. Were you drinking over in Russia or one of those Eastern European countries? Because that's the only places I can think of that's got a lower drinking age than Australia. Because we are 18 over here. So yeah, we can be, so once we turn 18, we can buy cigarettes, we can drive a car, and we can buy and drink alcohol. That's a nice just Germany, right? Okay, yeah, it's a good push. But yeah, Australia's just another good one too. Like 18, not bad. I was just going to try and mince them up, but they're too sticky to sort of. So they're going to need to grab one each, just sort of slightly chop them up. So I mix a whole lot into this. I'm going to have little strawberry bits. Probably should have pureed. Nah, that would have just. 16 and above can drink beer and wine, but you still have to be 18 to drink spirits. I mean, whoa, I can understand that, but also no, because I've seen people get wasted off like a couple of beers. So, but then again, they've probably been grown up and brought up on really heavy alcohol absorbing foods. So, boy, look at the red kitchen. Just don't give me a mold kitchen. I don't want the health inspector to come by and shut me down for having a mold kitchen. I think that's enough. Beer and wine is just not pleasant for me. Too yeasty. That is true. That's why the only time I really drink beer is when I've done a lot of hard yakka out in the backyard, or just in general. Come on, we all know. Hang on, we all know that no matter what drinking legal age is, you will see some 15, 16, 17-year-olds drinking hard liquor. Oh, 100%. Doesn't matter what the legal drinking age is. Doesn't matter what the legal drinking age is. Some minor, there's going to be a minor out there that's way below the limit that's just going to be drinking. Like, it's going to happen. Like, it's the same here. Like, there's 14, 15-year-olds drinking in the park on a Friday night, Saturday night. Like, if they want it, they will get it. They're either going to have bad parents who are just going to be like, I don't care what my kid does, just do it. Whatever. Leave me alone. I got my own problems to deal with. Even worse for cigarettes? Yes. Even worse. Yeah, 100%. Even worse for cigarettes. Don't think this strawberry mixed in as well as I wanted it to, but it happened, so. Yeah, I think cigarettes... What did I hear? New Zealand. New Zealand are in the right step for doing away with cigarettes in general. And they've actually made it so if you're born after a certain year, it's illegal for you to buy cigarettes at all. So I think if you're born after 2008, I'm pretty sure it was 2008, maybe it was later or earlier, you go in and show your license. If you're 50 years old and you show your license, it's like, no, you can't buy that. So they're just curb stomping the cigarette sales altogether, and I like that. I think that's an amazing concept. But how are we going here, one of our combats to cigarette sales is they try to, we've got the construction going, yep. Off to this side, off to that side, stop. Yeah, the way that they're trying to curb the sales of cigarettes here in Australia is by pumping up the price. So they're trying to make it more expensive for people to purchase them. But unfortunately what's happening is these idiots are now neglecting their livelihoods to buy more cigarettes. So as opposed to, oh yeah, I can afford these cigarettes and this and that, they'll go, you know what, I don't need food, I need my cigarettes. It's like, you're an idiot, stop it. I do smoke, but it was illegal. But I was of legal age when I started. Mm-hmm. But again, I'm not a cop. You don't need to. If you have to, you don't have to lie here. But and I only did because of stress. Now I can see 15 years of smoking. Hang on. Now I can see 15-year-olds smoking e-cigarettes. Yeah, vaping's a weird one. Vaping's definitely a weird one. The other thing I'm going to be doing too, so I'm going to be rolling these in something a bit different. I'm not going to be rolling them in coconut. I'm going to roll them in some sprinkles. Oh, some fancy dancy sprinkles here. Which one do I want to do? We'll do the white ones. Sorry, the white ones will be fun. Whee! Dump it all out. You been a good bean? It's good to hear, but I don't believe you. Anybody who openly admits that they've been a good bean or they've been a good person, no, you're lying. This is not... Oh, it's actually working. Yeah. It's so pretty. I also vape, but I don't understand vaping at such a young age. It's because it's cool. It's cool to, you know, be able to puff smoke like a dragon. It's awesome. It's cool. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad for you. It's cool. I was a stupid freshman 14 years, and now I just start quitting today as of at 16. Good. That's good to hear. It's good to hear. Cigarettes are bad for you. People who still smoke these days are idiots. I know a lot of people who started smoking because it was the best way. It was the best way to. But it have been a good bean. Don't I believe you? The fact that you continue to push the fact still means that you've done something. Still means you've done something. It's like, no, trust me, seriously, I've been a good bean. It's like, no, you haven't. And it's like, no, stop it. No, I have been. Never smoked or drank any alcohol, but have you stolen something? Did you say mean things about somebody? Did you ever tell your mum or dad or your guardian to get stuffed and shut up or slam the door in their face? Have you ever gaslit a person that you liked before? Everybody's bad at some point. Don't hide it. Embrace it. I think I might need to put a new lot of sprinkles in here. But we'll see how we go. But did you have to go... Or when you started quitting Bluey? I've been a good people pleaser. See, this, mate, this is where you stop and just say, okay. Admit to something small. Okay, yes. I've done one thing wrong. I downloaded anime. I put a raunchy mod on Skyrim. Like, okay, I've done it. I've looked at naughty pictures. I watched Sarah's Valentine stream. Don't be... Oh. And Father, I will say my sins. I've smoked, sweared, and occasionally drank alcohol, only one type. And you were only... Hang on. And you were only a month. I'm sorry? I think the sentence structure there was a bit mixed up, Mr. Temmie. You would... Now I'm just a very big stress bean. But you've done something wrong, though. It's okay. It's okay. Sarah makes some amazing content. Only one. Hang on. Only one a month. Right. Okay. I'm gonna do some of these ones here. Why not? Yeah, Sarah makes some pretty good content sometimes. It's okay. It's okay. Look, doesn't matter if you've done wrong things. If you've been to Sarah's stream and partaken in the naughty activities, it's fine. I'm not saying that it's bad to be a bad person. It's just you've done something bad. Okay, the fact that you continue to try and express the fact that you have not is just cementing the fact home that you have something underlying that you're not wanting to tell anybody. See? I had a feeling that these would be working a bit better. You meant to do the bonk first, then get the beer goggles. Then it makes it look like you're making me see double vision after smack me. This is some kind of logic. It is. It's 100%. Like, if you have to sit there, it's anybody. It really is anybody. If anybody has to sit there and fully explain that they are a pure soul and they have done nothing bad and there's so much evidence against them or for their case, I'm sorry, but you have done something that is deemed bad or wrong in somebody's eyes. Nobody is perfect. Nobody's the Mother Teresa of this day and age. In fact, Mother Teresa probably wasn't even Mother Teresa of her time. All right, she probably had some impure thoughts about some of the local fishmongers of her area. She probably looked at him and was like, "Damn, he's thick. Look at those biceps." But she had to catch herself and say, "No, I'm a woman of God. I can't have these unpure and unholy thoughts." And then she'll probably do something to quell those thoughts, and that would have been deemed fine at the time. I don't know where I'm going with this. Am I really just trying to call out Mother Teresa? She wasn't a saint! She was just a goody two-shoes. We are all children of Jesus here. No, I'm not a child of Jesus. I'm not really associated with that crowd anymore. It was fun while it lasted in high school, but now I just see the error of my ways, and it's like, you know what? I don't need to fall down that path to be a good person in my own mind. I just need to be happy with myself. I don't need, yeah. But I also don't want to stop people from being themselves in that sense. But there we go. There we go. Main's a bad bean. She's naughty. It's one of the worst crimes out there, you know? It's not bad. It's not bad. No, stuff it. I've already started the villain arc today. It is very bad. You know what piracy in manga does? It takes money away from the artists themselves, right? So if enough people pirate a anime or a manga, it means the artist doesn't get enough money from the proceeds, which means that they won't get serialized, which means they won't be able to be funded for another volume or another thing, which means that they lose their job and they have to try stressfully find another series to work on to be able to get popular again, which you're probably just going to download again and not pay for it. Are you done harassing me? Yes, I am. I'm done now. I'm done now. Because I'm going to finish up by saying I have also pirated manga and I've also pirated anime. Come and find me, FBI. Good luck. But my thing is, if I like a series that much, or if I like a company or an artist that much, once I've finished watching the episode or the series downloaded, I will go purchase the Blu-ray. And I will put the money back into their pockets as opposed to the streaming service that would be siphoning the money. You bully. Now put a bit of dirt in your eye. There is nothing like a person who didn't do something bad. Yes. There is never a person. There is never somebody who's done something bad in their life. They probably said something bad to their parents when they were younger and they forgot about it, but they still did something bad. But I'm done now. I'm done now. It is what it is. But nah. Honestly, sometimes piracy. Chef had too much fun with this. I did. And y'all couldn't stop me. But no, look, anime, manga, and streaming services these days. See, Taco's on my side. No, don't get lumped into my side, Taco. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're gonna be fighting a losing battle. Anime. Yes. The worst thing I've done was front kicked a girl. Oh, okay. You're making me look like a saint now. Why? Were you like 6 years old? Did you have a crush on this girl? Like, what the crud? Alright, so there's our white chalk balls. White balls. Yeah, did she deserve it? Was the action just? Jesus. Yeah. Yes, shift the focus. Mr. Tammy, what have you done? I was bullied by her and full force. Right, so okay. So I'm gonna pull these out. So these are the Tittle biscuits. I'm gonna pull these out and put these aside because these are frozen solid. So I'm gonna let these thaw out, but we're gonna check the other ones though. Justify it. Boiled cookie. I got more in here. These ones are probably gonna be these are about just as hard. Just as hard. Toidles. So I'm gonna put this in here. I do not regret it. Well, if she bullies you that hard to make you use physical violence, then yes, it does sort of sound like they deserved it. If she didn't like tacos, she deserved it. If she's not on Team Tacos, then she definitely deserved it. I'm gonna put these on here because we need a thing to serve them up on. There wasn't any other silly serving method that we needed for this. It was just plonk them on a tray. Right? Cool. Eat. I will eat it in a bit because I want to try and get everything else done today. But let me get a nice shot of these because these will be the ones that are for Sarah. The rest is just everything extra. But after the kick, I was crying like a baby because I did something I shouldn't have. Yeah. So you felt instant, not remorse, I would say you did feel regret at the time. Like, you did something that you weren't supposed to do, but at the time you felt it was just. You liked them cold. I've got another tray. I've still got another tray in the fridge. We made a lot out of this. This made a lot of biscuits. Or candies, if you will. In fact, I will try one. I will try one first. I'm gonna try to get a nice shot. It doesn't... Hang on. I'm gonna try and learn how this camera... learn how this camera works. I want to try and get a new camera for this. Titch? Zoom in.
Zooming in.
So here are the boil biscuits, or the turtle biscuits, that were suggested by Sarah Lou. There's a lot of sugar in these, but it kind of looks like dog poop. Oh no! Are you gonna take that, Sarah? You gonna take that?